Hello everyone, and thanks for coming back to my channel. We've got something super cool today. As you can see, no face cam, just pure hands and table atop this beautiful Jasmine Steady Strategist playmat. Thank you very much to Ravensburger for sending me this, but more importantly, thank you very much for the main event of our video. Just going to be opening this up. We have a box of Whispers in the Well boosters, and I thought what better way to kind of just have a general chat about the set and some of its implications for the game than to just open some packs up with you guys. Let me get this open and just talk through it as we go. So hopefully, we pull some heat. I've got the ultimate in wishful thinking. I have a mag and a card stand here, which shows the level of my wishful thinking at the moment. I think you have to manifest. If you want to pull an iconic, you have to manifest it by having all the trappings in place to do that, and giving yourself the best shot at doing it. So let's set the box aside. Let's crack this open and do it properly. Yeah, I guess a really short intro. I'm very, very excited about this set. And I'm not just saying that to build hype, because I was given some free products to make content with. I really do think this set looks like it can be incredibly impactful for the game. I think you have not just a lot of big, flashy legendaries that threaten to do very, very powerful things that could change the meta. You also have a massive uptick in the general power of cards, specifically reactive cards. So there are lots and lots. I'll probably comment on a few of these as we open them. But there are lots and lots of just big bodies that can challenge evasives well and do lots of the stuff that decks really struggle to do at the moment. I think it's going to fill a lot of gaps and open up a ton of avenues in deck building. So yeah, hopefully the audio is okay on this, because I've got my mic in a different position to usual, and I hope it all sort of comes across okay and I'm coming through pretty clearly. But let's get started. I'm just going to toss my packs to one side. I probably will start off slow and then speed up as we go. And we don't need to talk about the same commons again and again. So we have a Violet Saberwing. That's your 3-1 evasive for 2. It's a nice option to have in Amethyst. We've not had that before. Hudson, a 2-4 for 2. Pretty good stat line. It's a Gargoyle, so it has Stone by Day. 3 or more cards to your hand, character count ready. When you play it, you draw a card, and choose and discard a card. That's a reasonable body. Pretty good. Pretty above rate. Ghostly Tale, an action. Oh yeah, I should say, it's my first time seeing some of these cards. So if I stop and read, it's because I just actually haven't seen them. So yeah, Ghostly Tale, have an action, non-song action. Exert all opposing characters with 2 strength or less. It's a little situational, but could be relevant. Vladimir, yeah, that's your 5/6 2-quester that banishes an item when it comes in. And yeah, even just in these first few cards, you can kind of see some of what I'm gesturing towards with the overall uptick in power level. Deladuck, 2/5, quest for 2, and you get to boost something as long as it has boost when it comes into play. Yeah, potentially a reasonable card. Promising Lead, as new action, is going to give +1 lore and support to something, so it's a little high costed compared to Helping Hand, but it's inkable, might be an option. Some Bagpipes, that's a boost item. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to stick to reading all of these cards. I'm going to have to blow through them quite quickly, and instead I'll just talk you through some bigger ones. We have Time to Go. Banish chosen character of yours to draw 2 cards. If it has a card under it, draw 3 instead. Pretty cool. First super rare, we have a Simba. It's a very cool card, but it's overcosted, so it's going to be tough to see competitive play, but very, as we sort of talked about on the podcast, very thematically cool, this Simba. Simba having a boost effect of the Mufasa. The old legendary Mufasa effect when you boost it is very thematically cool. And then we have another super rare, a Scar. And behind it, we have the foil rare. Coldstone, 5/4. Quest for 2. When you play this character, if you have 2 or more gargoyle characters in your discard, gain 2 lore. That's pretty cool. It's my first time seeing that card. Let's get rid of the inserts. Yeah, nice little start. 2 supers and a foil. I'm probably just going to keep everything piled up and then sort them all out off camera. I prefer to just be focused on talking. So, yeah, I think there's probably most value in me just chatting through general thoughts on the set. Magicka, 3-4 for 3. This is a pretty common theme for the set. 3-4s for 3 on Inkables. There are plenty of them now. It kind of previously ran above rate, and there are lots of them. And when you play it, you can shuffle a card from someone's discard into their deck. Maybe useful for you, maybe useful to take your opponent off something they can recur. 3-4s for 3, Inkable with upside. Now a standard pillar of the game. We have a 1-1 1-cost Nickwild. Good shift target. 4-4 Brombone, 4-cost Brombones. It's a 5-4 for 4. Again, an above rate character. When it challenges a character with 2 strength or less, each opponent loses 1 law. So this theme of just above rate bodies with upside, that's what you're seeing plenty of here. With a car, 3-2. This is a functional reprint of Prince Philip on a car. Shanty, a 3-cost Inkable Singer 5. Hemwen's Visions. A Nibs, Lost Boy. Zeus, missing his spark. Emily Quackfaster. there's some characters I've never ever encountered before in this set, and I'm pretty here for it. I prefer to encounter things the first time through these cards. Because, like, we talked about this on the podcast previously, the experience as a Lorcana player of having your connection to these characters built on the game rather than built on the shows and movies they're from actually, like, radically changes the way you experience the game. I really like it. Yeah, this is boost synergizing 2-drop. Next stop, Olympus. This is your 2-cost action if you have a character with 5 strength or more in play, which in Ruby it's very, very possible. Plenty of above rate ones that you can play. You can pay 2 less, so it's free. Ready's a character, they can't quest for the rest of the turn. Next time they challenge something, gain a law. So yeah, nice little flexible action. And then we have a Mickey Mouse Amber Champion. This is you have champions for each ink color. It's going to give all Amber characters +2 willpower. And while you have 2 or more other Amber characters in play, it gains Singer 8. So yeah, that guy can sing. And But I'm Much Faster. That was Harlan and Ali's reveal card. 2 very lovely people. I have plenty of time for. I'll start whipping through these a bit faster because I want to see the big boom boom, and I don't want to keep you watching forever. We can definitely be going faster through this. I'm just going to stop for anything that grabs my attention in the commons I think specifically warrants talking about. 3-1 Tink for 1. I do like that card. Again, nice above rate on an Inkable. 4-3 Judy for 3. Again, just look at this like general uptick in stats. You don't have the flashiest effect you've ever seen, but the overall just increase in size of these characters for the price, the ink price that you pay for them, is going to have a really significant effect on the game. And we have a Little John. Much debate on the playability of Super Rare Little John. Boost 3, and whenever you put a card on your room, ready him. So yeah, you can do some wild things where you do plenty of questing in the same turn. And first legendary, a Prince Charming. This is a real big bodyguard. I will say this was not the Steel Legendary I was hoping to open, but he's here and he'll hang out. Hopefully he can, with his presence, charm out the other Steel Legendary, the Gargoyle, because that one is a real beast. And would certainly love to get a couple of those. Yep, let's whip through fast. Dragonfire, very happy to see it back. Plenty of above rate bodies. Right, rares, Shere Khan, 8-8, shift 5. You can pay 1, deal 1 damage to the character to ready it. Can't quest for the rest of the turn. So, you know, you're paying ink, but it has a sort of similar effect to Monstro, effectively, where you can go off and trade into a load of stuff on the same turn. Gazelle, a 5-cost Singer 5. When you play it, put a song card from your discard on top of your deck. Potential loop situations with some of these. High cost, Whole New Worlds and Horizons, that sort of thing, and a foil Blessed Bagpipes. So yeah, like I say, I've been very, very, just in general, extremely happy with the quality of cards in this set. Compare it to some of the previous sets and sort of head and shoulders above some of them. I've seen people liken this to Rise of the Floodborn in terms of its overall effect on the game, which if you were around during that time, yeah, that set had a real transformational impact on the game, not just because it doubled the size of the card pool, but it really established a lot of very, very strong stuff into the game. Like all of your Porpsicle, Hiram package, they were all in there. All the bounce package, it sort of set a bar for what the game was going to look like for the whole year after that. Okay, we have a Scrooge Super. When you play it, draw a card, then choose and discard a card. And whenever it's challenged, return it to your hand. On a 2-quester for 2. That's pretty relevant. And we have a foil Scar. Eerily Prepared. This is the Boost Scar. Boost 2. And whenever you put a card under it, give something -5 strength that turn. Again, 6/5 2-quester for 5. These are above rate bodies. You will be very bored of hearing me say it. Yeah, super nice foiling on these Whispers as well. They all have that kind of foiling style from, I don't know how well a video picks it up, but they have the foiling style from the from some of the starter decks. They had this effect on some of the cards. Yeah, very, very pretty. I'm a big fan of the Megara in particular when it comes to Whispers. Horned King, Anna, Francine, Higgins, Flotsam, Raksha, a 5/3 for 3. No prizes for guessing what I'm about to say about that. A Jasmine, a Merlin, 2-cost Merlin. Boost 2. When this character is banished in a challenge, if it had a card under him, draw 2 cards. This is pretty cool. That's an interesting card. 1-cost Flynn, boost 2. Gets extra 3 strength and +1 law whenever you boost it. It's a hard sell to boost on turn 2, but nice flexible 1-drop. We have a Nick Wilde. Big fan of this card. Shift 3 Nick. We know that there is a 1-drop 2/2 Nick to shift on top of. And during your turn, whenever one of your detective characters banishes another one in a challenge, draw a card. Good. The precedent of shifting 5-cost things on 3. Very, very good. If we have 5-cost songs to sing with them, even better. And we have a super rare Goofy. Shift 5. 5/7. Quest for 3. When you play it and whenever he quests, each opposing character shrinks -1 strength until the start of your next turn. So yeah, worth noting it persists through the next turn. And obviously pretty good. So when you play it and when it quests, so if you shift it, get both those in the same turn, it's going to set you up a big Under the Sea, which I'm sure people will be interested in doing. Seems pretty relevant as a line. Nothing huge and crazy yet. We would love to see some of the... We'd love to see a legendary Cinderella. We'd love any enchanted. We'd love some interesting and exciting epics. Mushu, Mickey, Rama, Ka, Shanti, Henwen's Visions, Nibs, Webby Vanderquack. The game's afoot. Rare Donald Duck. This is your Ruby champion, 4-cost uninkable, 4/4. Other Ruby characters get +1 strength. And powerful reward, your other Ruby characters with 7 strength or more get +1 law. Pretty good. These kind of Lumiere type effects, any of these board boosting effects that just make the whole board stronger, generally pretty fantastic. A Magicka, rare, 3/6. Whenever you put a card under one of your characters or locations, you may move 1 damage. I'm not massively interested in that. A foil Scuttle, though, I am interested in that. You want to talk about above rate cards, a 5/5 for 5, inkable 2-quester with ward. Not the biggest, most flashy card ever. Very playable. If it's not playable, there's probably something wrong with the game. Let's keep it rolling. I did intend for this video to be quite quick, but I guess there's only so fast you can open a box. And also I quite enjoy the experience, so I don't want to rush it. Be Gone. Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's a nice action. Great tempo action. 2-cost 3/3 Shirkan. Yeah, 2-cost 3/3s. They are here. You're going to get to experience 2-cost 3/3s in this set quite a lot. Without drawback. So your Rajas, the days of that, are over. Finnick is your fixed Kit Cloud Kicker. I am not as much of a fan of it as Kit Cloud Kicker. Munchings, Detective's Badge, Mushu's Rocket. Ooh, dare I even try to pronounce Gwithaint? 4/3 evasive with upside. Looks like a decent card. Your next 3/3 for 2, Black Heron. In steel. In steel of all things. Get to safety. You can play a location with 3 or less from your discard for free. Nice. Synergizes with Sleepy Hollow. Then we have Creeper. A 5/4, the quest for 4 for 6. Don't think too much about that card, but I love the art. And Shanty, so you'll sing a 5 for 3 on a 0/5, the quest for 2. Not a lot of bad cards in this set to speak of. Like I say, that overall uptick in power level is just making everything look pretty good. Fragile's a Flower, Headless Horseman, Brooklyn, So Be It, Flash, 3/4 for 3 that enters Exerted, of course, because it's Flash, who is desperately slow, and whenever it quests, you can give a detective character +2 strength. That's a pretty solid card. It's probably a little too bad on the draw, but yeah, that's a pretty reasonable card in general. 2/4 for 3, Li Shang, quest for 2. Pretty decent. Duckworth, Taran. A Lexington, very high on this card as far as these above rate things go. Yeah, big time. A 4/4 for 3. It has the Stone by Day drawback, but it also has alert, so you can hit evasives. This is the kind of card that stops Genie being so dominant in the meta. Very, very excited about this one. Castle of the Horned King. Once during your turn, whenever a character quests or you are here, you may ready chosen item. Combo potential, but I'm not sure what that combo looks like. A Horned King, Shift 1, and an Akela foil. Only 1 legendary down so far. We've got to hope there's some more coming soon. I would accept an Iconic. I would accept an Enchanted. If I can even get them out the pack. Taking a little glance to the back each time to see if there's anything worth getting super hyped about. Bronx, I know this is one that my good friend Artabax is very high on. A very, very outsized body for the cost. Webby Quack, Van Quack. Munchings, Genie, Inkrunner, Gaston, Beast, Diablo. Lots of people excited to see this Diablo. A 3/3 for 2 that quests for 2. Uninkable being its drawback. Big time overstated character. Baloo, big time overstated character. And a Magicka, big time overstated character. Great. And this is really what it takes to break this evasive metagame that we've seen for a long time, by the way. The only real way to do it is to make those evasives look terrible when they're challenging, so they become purely proactive questing cards. Cards like Elsa, cards like Genie, they just look so much worse when you just can't randomly clean things up and have them survive. And then live long enough to stick around for you to play Belle the next turn. Yeah, it's... bigger bodies across the board is great. Yeah, good, proactive and reactive. We have a Daisy Duck Sapphire champion. All your Sapphire characters gain resist +1. Whenever one of your other Sapphire characters quests, you may look at the top card of your deck and either put it on the top or bottom. So, yeah, we know from the past with Cogsworth giving everything resist +1 is pretty strong. Obviously, it only counts for your Sapphire characters. Oh, baby! There we go. A foil Goliath as I drop it. I'd said I wanted the other legendary. I have a foil one. Beautiful. And our other rare is a Penumbra. 7/6 quest for 2, costs 5. Well, we're very happy with that Goliath. We'll just let him hang out there and bring some luck. A foil legendary usually means no enchanted or iconic for the box, which is sad, but I think I can survive with a foil Goliath. Very happy about that. No epics either. Let's hope to see a pretty epic soon. Lena, Inspector Tezuka, Launchpad, I'm going to start whipping through these quickly now. Blue, can't hold it back anymore. Very, very relevant action. 4-cost song, uninkable. Exert chosen opposing character, move all damage counters from all other characters onto it. All depends. Bigger, worth noting, as I've said many, many times, lots of bigger bodies means bigger things to hold a ton of damage, which makes it, in general, easier to have damaged characters in play, which makes effects like this a bit better. We have to wait and see exactly how that shakes out with absolutely no clue what the metagame looks like post-launch of this set, because I think it's going to change things so much, and we just have to wait and see how it changes things. But in general, in a vacuum, an effect like that should get a bit more powerful. Twins. Oh, Junior Woodchuck Guidebook. This is a pretty solid card. This is like your friends on the other side type effect, where you pay 3 and banish it to draw 2 cards. Obviously, being an item, you can recur it with Tamatoa. That seems pretty relevant to me. Twins, Malagothel, Jetsam, Della's Moon Lullaby, Mickey Mouse Detective, very happy it's back. Another Lexington, good, I'm going to need plenty of them. A Sultan, interesting card to get printed at this point. Sapphire finally gets its uninkable Lilo, gets its 1/1, the quest for 2. I don't think it's a great time to be playing cards like that, but it's good that it exists. Illuminary Tunnels. While you have a character here, it gets +1 lore for each other location you have in play. And when you have a character here, you pay 1 less to play locations. Okay, that card wants you to play locations and rewards you for doing so. Yeah, very happy with their foil Goliath. That's bringing me a lot of joy to keep looking back at the moment. I think at this point we've seen a lot of the notable commons and uncommons, so let's just start picking up the speed. Aerial Ethereal Voice. This is your 4-cost. This is one of the flagship cards that was revealed pretty early. Boost for 1, and once during your turn when you play a song, if there's a card under it, you may draw a card. When it was first spoiled, we were kind of saying the quality of this depends all on what kind of songs we get, and we have certainly got some relevant ones, which is great. We have a Magicka. This is the Shift Magicka. Shifts for 7, but costs 7. What's going on there then? Well, if you shift to play her, you can draw 4 cards. That seems good. That seems like a pretty reasonable payoff. A vanilla 7/7 that quests for 1 for 7, not good. A 7/7 that draws 4 cards on the way in, generally pretty good, depending on how strong just drawing cards is in a vacuum. There are certainly ways of punishing that, and there are certainly reasons you wouldn't want tons of cards in your hand in this format. Big fan of Begone. Emerald Champion, Goofy. This was spoiled very, very early on. Whenever one of your other Emerald characters is challenged and banished, banish a challenging character, so the Cusco effect for all your Emerald characters, and your other Emerald characters gain Ward. I think this is one of the most powerful champions, if not the most powerful. And then we have our next legendary, a Black Cauldron. Not a huge fan of this card play-wise, but thematically it's fantastic. Like, the design on this matching the lore of the Black Cauldron is spot on, and I'm sure has some combo-esque potential with some other things. Foil recovered page. We will put a Black Cauldron here with our other legendary. Yeah, very excited to get brewing with this set. I think you almost have to start from scratch, which is great. That's what I love to do. Just start with a complete blank slate, because I think things have the potential to change so much with some of these cards. Some of these things are just, have such a potential to change the way we play that you have to sort of completely rewrite the rulebook and consider what's good. A Shift Judy Hopps. Ooh, another good legendary, a Demona. This is a big one. When you play it, exert all opposing characters. Well, if the card had no more text than that, it would still be good. Fortunately, it does have more text than that. Then each player with fewer than 3 cards in their hand draws until they have 3. So a card that's incredible going first, because you generally empty your hand first. If you can draw 3 and your opponent draws none, well, yeah, that game's probably a wrap. A Foil Penumbra. Very happy with the quality of legendaries here. Would love to see a nice epic. Would love to see an enchanted. But as I say, I think at least pretty sure when you get a foil legendary, you don't tend to see it enchanted. But I'm keeping the dream alive. I've got my mag and my card stand ready. They're primed. Aladdin, 3 cost 4/4 with Reckless, boost 1, and when it's boosted, while there's a card under it, your characters with Reckless gain 1 law. So you essentially pay 1 to turn Reckless off for it and all your other Reckless characters. They all turn into 1 questers rather than Reckless cards. Brilliant. Basically, overstated body with upside. Good kind of tool that Ruby needs. And we have a Scrooge McDuck, 4/7, shift 4. When you play a character or location with boost, you put the top card of your deck face down under them. Yep, so everything you pay with boost comes in pre-boosted. Seems decent. And a foil Ursula, Whisper of Vanessa, very nice card. 4/5 for 5 that has the boost effect. Boost 1, and while it's boosted, quests for 1 more and gains evasive. So it turns into a 4/5 quest for 3 with evasive. Very, very well statted body. That has a lot of relevant text on it. Really coming towards the end of the box here. So I think we'd probably expect on average 1 more legendary. I would love to see an epic in here as well. Donald, Higgins, Big Nose, Fracture, Time to Go, Nana, Robot Queen, Sword of Hercules. When you play this item, banish chosen opposing deity character. Watch out, deities. And during your turn, whenever one of your characters banishes another character in a challenge, gain 1 law. Well, I mean, that's a nice effect to hang around and play if you banish a deity. That seems pretty decent. Hercules, Mighty Leader. Here's our next legendary. Character can't be dealt damage unless he's being challenged. Well, that's generally the way most damage is dealt to non-evasive characters, so that's good, but not amazing. While the character's exerted, your other hero characters can't be dealt damaged unless they're being challenged. So, yes, good if there is lots of damage-based removal around. If there isn't, this likely seems irrelevant. Here we go. Look at this. 3 cost 4/4. No downside. Inkable Bagheera. Don't want to keep banging the same drum, but these bodies are big, they are overstatted and undercosted. The whispers in the well, it turns out, were saying, just make everything larger, and Ravensburger listened. Three Reckless for 2. Grimorum Arcanorum. During your turn, whenever an opposing character becomes exerted, gain 1 law. Play off for exerting stuff. And your character's named Demona, gain rush. Cool. Spooky Sight. Put all characters with cost 3 or less into their player's inkwells, face down and exerted. Here's your anti-aggro action in Sapphire. What does this mean for low-cost characters? I mean, it's a real bad effect for... I mean, it's very bad if you're playing a true aggro deck that isn't going to get to do a lot more with its extra ink. If you get to do some stuff with your extra ink and lose some dorks, I think it's a pretty well-balanced card. Reasonably happy with it. And a foil Sultan. Yeah, sweepers, these sort of situational board sweepers with conditions, like costs 3 or less. Yeah, I guess the nature of them being conditional means that like they're always going to have an outside effect against some decks rather than others. That's why a lot of people want an unconditional sweeper effect, just so they can always have answers to everything. It's up for debate whether that's sort of overall net positive or net negative for the game. I think it's pretty positive. I think that between the increase in size of bodies, the increase in amount of interaction you've got, the elements there, I think you will see I think you'll see a major downshift in aggressive decks in general. While you have 2 more other characters in play with 5 strength or more, this character gains +2 lore on a 4/3. Big. And this is my first time seeing this card. I should say that this box arrived in the mail before spoiler season ended, so I'm having cards spoiled for me. Horseman Strikes, draw a card, you may banish chosen character with evasive. I've been asking for this effect for a long time. A super conditional, narrow, evasive targeting removal spell. Redraws, that's a slam dunk as far as I'm concerned. Great card. Just ink it when you don't need it. Notably, the way the text is laid out here, draw a card, full stop. You may banish chosen character with evasive. If there are no evasives in play, you can still cycle it to draw a card. Very flexible, much more flexible than it appears. And a foil car. We are coming towards the end with no epic so far. Come on, show me the shiny. Mayor Winddancer, a 5/7 for 4. This is just a straight up big boy. And then he's a handsome devil too. Get a load of that horse. Wow. Fairy Godmother's Wand. Again, never seen this before. During your turn, whenever you put a card into your well, chosen princess character of yours gains ward. Okay. And then we have a foil Demona. 3 packs left. Let's get it. Will we experience some last pack magic today? We've sort of hit our threshold for legendaries. We've got the amount you'd roughly expect to get. Oh, there's something in the back here. There's something doing bits in the back of this pack. Elsa, but I'm much faster. Dragonfire, Finnick, Goofy, Cricky. Nice. Love a bit of Cricky. Pluto, Webby's Diary, Robot Queen, Enigmatic Inkcaster. If you play 2 or more cards this turn, gain 1 lore. Sebastian. Amber gets its 2-cost 1/1/3 quester. And what is going on here? It's an epic Kristoff. I saw the shiny sort of border break in the back. Yeah, so really nice to get an epic. Kristoff, Mining the Ruins, boost 1, whenever it quests, if there's a card under him, put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down and exerted. I think this is a pretty solid card. And lovely foiling, as always, on the epics. Lovely. So I'd say we're about on par. You expect this number of legendaries and 1 epic for a box, which is good. Looks like the ratios are roughly the same as we tend to expect. Might solve a mystery, very relevant card. Another Kristoff. A Headless Horseman. Shift 5. When you play this character, each player draws 3 cards, then discards 3 cards at random. I love discarding at random. Big fan of that effect. Choose an opposing character and deal 2 damage to them for each action card discarded this way. That is pretty solid. That's kind of huge. Over each action, maybe there won't be too many of them. It's a bit of a gamble, but hey, I like to gamble. Last pack. Daisy, time to get it done. Listen up. I need you to come through. No, it doesn't look like she's going to come through. Magica, Nick, Hermes, Kayla. Ugh, that's not trying that one. Fergus McDuck, Great Illuminary, Bagheera, Broadway, another big gargoyle. Ingenious Device, this is your item that's going to get to smash things. A Potion of Malice, Mrs. Beakley. Okay, that's the end of the box. Let's have a little summary. I'm going to put some of these to one side to stop the piles falling over. And we can do a little sorting later. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of Whispers in the Well so far. I'm really, really high on the set. Like I say, not just playing up for the camera. I really do think this set is going to have a big impact on the game. Foil Goliath is our standout from the box. It's a very, very nice card. Super happy about that. And a little surprise. 2 bonus boosties. I was sent some starter decks. So let's get the boosters from those open. That opened very easily. I wonder if I have been given a seeded pack. I have not. Genie, Begone, the Twins, Shirkan, Finnick, Munchings, Duckworth, Taran, Lexington, Sword of Hercules, Get to Safety, and a foil Raja. Second boosty from the extras. Hudson, Ghosty Tail, Vladimir, Deladuck, Promising Lead, Mushu, Crane, Tinkerbell, Duckworth, Diablo, Gomorrah, Marcanorum, and a foily Bronx. Very nice, very, very happy and privileged to be sent these products early by Ravensburger. A lovely thing for them to do. And I know you're probably desperately disappointed that there's no more packs to open. Psych! There's a trove. I got you. Let's get this trove open. And let's just have a look at what's in here as well. We may as well. Beautiful key art on the trove. Let me not damage my Goliath. And what do we have in here but boosties? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 more boosties. Glow in the dark dice this time round. Very pretty. And a nice aerial lore counter. I'm sure I will use this box for storing all of my cards for this set. Let's have a little look at the dividers. Generally pretty nice. Good key art on them. Simba, Demona, Megara, Beast, Daisy, Robin Hood. Okay, I'm going to stick that box to one side until I use it in a moment. And let's get these last 8 packs open. Let's hope for a little magic. I want to be the first person in the world to open an iconic from Whispers in the Well. Is that really too much to ask? Gurgi, Detective's Badge, Elsa, Dragonfire, Finnick, Zeus, Emily, Inkrunner, Minnie. 4 cost 2/3. Whenever one of your other Amethyst characters is banished to a challenge, you may draw a card. Very cool. Amethyst champion, that's Nick Wilde, and the foil Higgins. I'm going to have quite some sorting out to do. It's a good job you can't see my floor on the camera, because it is a mess. Okay, Goofy, Cricky, Magica, Mitwild, Hermes, Akela, Flintheart, Tinkerbell, Scuttle, Trust in Me. This is your new big discard song. So each opponent chooses and discards 2 cards. One of your choices. You can sing it for 6. 6 cost unlinkable. And you can also give each opposing character -1 lore until the start of your next turn. So good for stopping quick ends to the game. Hello. Legendary Webby Vanderquack, Junior Prospector. Shift 2. Seems good. Do we have a 1 cost Webby? Again, it's my first time seeing this card. I can't remember if there's a 1 cost Webby in the set. If there is, this is fantastic. It has Ward. Very good. Whenever the character quests, if an opponent has more cards in their inkwell than you, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down, and exerted. It seems pretty solid. So, yeah, I guess your opponent rarely on turn 2 is going to have more in their inkwell than you, if ever. But every turn after that, you could shift it on turn 2, and then every turn your opponent ramps, you threaten to just also ramp, but you have a better body in play because you have a Webby. Okay, that seems good. And a Brom Bones. Cool. This is fun, by the way, getting to see these cards for the first time by opening packs. Like, I don't know if there was a mailing error or what that got it to me this early, but I'm certainly very happy, very grateful to receive this at this point. Oh, it looks like an epic maybe. Munchings and Crunchings, Genie, Junior Woodchuck Guidebook, Twins, Mother Gothel, Jetsam, Performance review. Exert chosen ready character of yours to draw cards equal to that character's lore. Cool. It's not really going to draw you more than 2 more very often. Judy, Goliath, White Agony Plains. Location gets +1 lore for each character here. It's kind of interesting, but tough to set up. Magica and my Chase Epic. The Megara. What a beautiful card. This is one of the boost characters I'm most excited to play. I think it's has a lot of potential. The boost effect in green decks with Munlo's Best, for example, is just one of the things I'm looking to do early in the set. And man, that's certainly a beautiful, beautiful version of that card. Wonderful. Thank you for sending me the seeded packs. Very glad to receive that. Right, let's whip through these quickly. Next stop, Olympus, a big Little John, and a foil Trust in Me. I'm not a huge fan of these hard discard strategies. I know I've played discard decks in the past, but they're not the cards that get me excited. I just want a nice tempo cards. That's what I live and die by. Hudson, Ghostly Tale, Horned King, the 2-cost one, another Spooky Sight, and a foil Broadway. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what community reaction to Spooky Sight is. Seems very, very oppressive to aggressive decks, just punishing you. But then you've got this interesting, there's an interesting dynamic going on, which is these cards that have Stone by Day, they really want you to dump your hand. And decks that dump their hand are going to play a higher density of lower cost characters, which have a chance of being cleaned up by this sweeper. So, very interesting. What do you do? Do you play into that and dump your hand fast? Do you fear it and play the slower decks? Maybe the 2 effects are just balanced. Imagine that. The Bitterwood, 4-cost, location 7 willpower. Once during your turn, whenever you move a character of 5 strength or more here, you may draw a card. Not too interested in that. Baloo, the foil Della Duck. I am down to the last 2 boosters from the Trove. All hopes of iconic or enchanted fading fast, but I'm very happy with what I've had. Flotsam, Tinkerbell, Demona, Henwen, Donald, Higgins, Merlin, Bagheera, David Zanatos, Megara. I think I probably have a set of Megaras now, or close to. A Scar and a big Iago. Well, actually a small Iago, but he gets big when he challenges. Last pack. Last boosty magic. Let's see something big. Let's make it happen. No. No enchanted. Sleepy Hollow. Why? Whenever a character quests while here, you may banish this location to gain 2 lore and give them evasive until the start of your next turn. Interesting. I know there are cards that synergize like that in the set. We have a Mickey Mouse, the Amber Champion. We've seen that already. We have a Pluto. During your turn, whenever one of your other steel characters banishes another character in challenge, gain 2 lore. Pretty good. And whenever you play another steel character, you may banish chosen item. Item banishment might be relevant again. Some of these playables kicking around. Yeah, that's your lot. Thank you very much for watching. That's the end of the opening. Thank you so much to the team at Ravensburger for providing me with the opportunity to open some of this stuff early and have a good look at it. Yeah, like I say, I'm very high on this set. I think a lot of these cards are exceptionally powerful. I think things are set to change massively, and I will be on the front line of deck building to make the most of it. So yeah, please check back here soon. I have a few concepts at play. I want to be getting deck videos out fast and early, and as soon as they're up, I will, as soon as they're ready to be turned into videos, I'll share that with you. If you're new and you're just sticking around for the box opening, please do consider subscribing. It's a massive help to me as I try and get this channel off the ground. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for coming by. and looking forward to exploring more of this set with you soon. So thank you very much.